and welcome to another lawn clippings video by Lawnfawn. Today is our introduction to critters on the farm. We have so many fun things going on over at the blog July 10th through July 14th at lawnfawn.blogspot.com. We have amazing samples from the design team and really fun giveaways, so make sure to go check it out. But today we're going to focus on critters on the farm, and this is the next in our series of critters. So we have critters in the burbs, critters in the sea, critters in the snow, and then we have critters in the forest, and now critters in the farm, or on the farm, excuse me. And so, we're just really excited about this. These critters can definitely hang out with other critters from different sets, and you could definitely use different pieces of this, kind of combining all the different critter sets, which I love that idea. So I figured we'd stamp out some of these and just see how they look and do some coloring and paper piecing and things like that. So I thought we could start off first with this fun barn. And what's great about this is you can really create some great scenes for the critters, but you could also create a great farm scene just on its own too, without a critter in it, which could be really great for a card, for anybody that, maybe lives on a farm or just likes farm things. And so that's, I think, really fun for that. So there's this barn here, and so it's just really cute. It's nice for a little house for the critters to go in. I like the idea of this barn. You could use it in the Polaroid with some of the critters and create a fun scene. And then we have these really great little hen here. She is a cutie. And I just love her because she can hang out here all by herself, or she could have her little chicks with her. And so here is, actually I'm going to use this one here. So we have chicks that are facing the opposite direction. So I really like that because you can kind of make them kind of talk to each other. But then you can also give her her little chicks that are following her, which I think is so cute. Just adorable. And this is really fun too. This could be fun for a Mother's Day card or even a baby card where you could have the chicken and her little chicks. Really, really cute. And here, actually I'll stamp another little guy just so he can hang out with his buddy. So I love the idea of these two little ones hanging out. So here's the other one that faces the other way. Really, really cute. So you could have them be in love, or you could have them just talk. I think it's really sweet. Another thing that we have that kind of goes along with the chicken and of course the farm feel is these eggs. And so you could kind of stamp these around and kind of create little eggs for them, but you could also, I've seen some people kind of create a hatching egg by cutting it out and cutting, a little zigzag in it, and you could have the little chicken coming out for a baby card or just a fun farm card. I love that idea. So cute. Let's see what else here we've got. And then of course we've got our sentiment that goes along with these fun critters here, and that's hello chickadee. I think it's just a fun little sentiment, especially to go along with these guys. Just really, really cute. And it's perfect for just one of those just saying hi cards. If you just want to send a card to someone, let them know that you're thinking of them. And let's see what else we've got here. Oh, we also have in this set a little extra exclamation point like we do in a lot of our sets, so that you can add it or not. So if you add it on there, you can see how that looks. Just like that. So you can add it or not, and that's really fun to be able to have that choice there. So I thought I would go ahead and just do some coloring here because I think we need some color on the page before we stamp some more things. Okay, so now we've done some really fun coloring here with the little chicks and chickens and barn, and I wanted to show you really fast how I kind of got the barn look. And I used the same idea as I've used with the fireplace from Cozy Christmas and making the brick. So I just used red and just put that over just like that. And then what I did was I took E57, a walnut, so this is lipstick red R29, E57, and all I'm doing is just going with brown kind of along the bottom and then kind of shading a side of the barn here. And then I'm going to take my red and kind of try to blend them together. Now they don't blend that well because we're talking about red and brown here, but that's kind of the cool look it gets, is blending in this brown into this barn to give it just that more weathered look, like it had maybe been there for a really long time. So all I'm doing is going across the brown, covering it with red, and then pulling some of the brown like this by kind of feathering out into the barn. Just like that. And I think I might add a little more brown right fast here. And really any reds and brown could work for this idea. And so I just put a little more on the side there, and I'm just trying to just blend that in as much as I can. just like that. And now that barn is kind of all weathered all over. So really, really fun. So I thought we'd go and stamp out some more of these cute critters. There's a lot of them in this set. So we've got this fun pig here. I just love him. And he's like Carnitas, the pig from the first, the first post of this Inspiration Week here in July. Just such a cutie. Look at him. I just love him. And so there's them. And then we have a little barn mouse that we put in this set. And what would be really cute with this mouse is you could also use him kind of not a creature with stirring for Christmas, you know. Can you tell I have Christmas on the brain already? We're thinking holidays over here at Lawn Fawn. But here's this sweet little mouse, which he's just so cute. I love this little field mouse. And of course it is, you know, it's Critters on the Farm, so there has to be a cow. So here's the cow. She is so cute. I just love her. Let's see, just ink her up real fast. Here she is. And the fun thing about the cow is it has this really great coordinating sentiment. And it says, "You move me." And it's so silly. It just makes me laugh. I love it. So you can see it here. I stamped it there a little off center. It's just so cute. I just love it. So there's that sentiment. And that'd be a really fun one for a little, kind of a little love note. And then of course we have this really sweet sheep. I just love him. And I love the idea of not only using him for critters type cards, but also for, you could do for baby cards. Or like counting sheep kind of cards. You know, I always see kind of sheep imagery with baby stuff, so I think that could be really sweet too. So there's that sweet little sheep. And of course the sheep, she has her own sentiment also. And that sentiment is, "I like you." And of course, more puns, right? But it's just so cute, and I think just really fun for a card. And you could also do something like combine a thanks from another sentiment or using an alphabet and then put the U from the end of this with that. And that would be really cute. So you could definitely use the U for kind of different punny sentiments. And then we have a hay bale, of course. So we've got this fun hay bale here and a sentiment to go along with it. So here's the hay. And we've got our "Hey there" sentiment. And the good thing about "Hey there" is it could really go along with any of the critters because we've got this kind of barn theme going on, you know. So "Hey there" works really well for a lot of them. So they're just like that. Really cute. Okay, so I've gone ahead and colored all of these critters because everything's just always more fun with color. And I thought that I would stamp really fast the fence out. So right here is this nice picket fence, and it can work really well for a farm fence, and it can also work really well, say, for critters in the burbs to have a white picket fence for them. And you can always just do one fence, or you could continue it along. And so the best way to do this is to just lean right over it. So excuse my hair real fast, and just line it up. And so right there, my fence is all combined, and I made it like a little bit rickety because I wanted it to kind of go along with the barn and everything and have that kind of, you know, kind of old barn look. But another thing that you can do is, let's say you wanted to make sure everything lined up and it looked really, really clean, like the white picket fence feel. What you can do is you could take your finger or any kind of paper or wipe and just wipe off the edge of the fence, just like that. And just take these edges off and then just line up the strips instead of lining up the end parts, if that kind of makes sense. And so then you would be able to have a really great fence that way, all lined up without having kind of the rickety look. So there's definitely two ways that you could do that. So really fast, I thought I'd show you really fast how I would color this fence. And what I'd probably do is actually just on this fence, kind of to make it a little bit older, is I'd want to use a really light, kind of maybe this YR24, this pale sepia, and just kind of, actually what I do is, we'll do the YR21, color it all in first that way. And then take this darker, the YR24, and just add some kind of highlights to different parts of the fence, because we're just going to try to make it kind of look like it's a little dirty. So now those are the highlights that I've added in there, and then I'm just going to go back with the YR21 and just blend right over them, just so it just blends in a little bit more. And so what I do is I just kind of take the pen and feather that color up, and down just like this, and just taking that darker color and moving it down the fence just like that. Okay, so now our fence is all blended in and it kind of has this fun rickety, dirty old fence look. I really like that. That is Critters on the Farm. It's such a fun set, and I love, a lot of people really wanted a farm addition to the Critter series, and we just love it. So we've got a barn here, the Hello Chickadee and the hen and her chicks. You can also have the chicks kind of talk to each other, or even have the idea of the hatching chicks where you could cut the egg kind of in a zigzag and have the chick coming out. We've got this fun little pig here and little barn field mouse. This fun cow and the you move me sentiment, and the little cowbell you can add to him, and I just added some twine there to kind of have the cowbell hanging off something. We have the I like you with the little sheep, which is so cute, and you could always use this you and put it under after thanks or something like that, and it could say, you know, or thank and then thank you, you know. And so for the white animals, all I did was I took a gray and just went around the edges just to kind of make them not perfectly white. But you could also use a white gel pen and make them really white, or do something like flocking or something else to make kind of a fuzzy sheep. We've got a hay bale with the hey there sentiment, and I really like the hey there sentiment because you could use it for all of these different scenes since it is barn scenes. And then this fun fence that I made into like a rickety fence that you could also make into a perfect white picket fence too. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for all of your support during this fun July Inspiration Week. We appreciate it so much, and we hope you enjoyed this introduction to Critters on the Farm. Have an amazing day. Bye!